go downhill.
Yeah,
fast.
like dumping it. Just imagine dumping that fleshlight out of the back of the guitar.
Oh my god.
That's what we're doing.
So
that's the first audio clip out of the show.
I don't know. You never know. So welcome to the 80 motherfucking second episode of this show.
82.
Every time I look at that, I'm always in awe. I always want to say thank you for doing this with me. It's always great to do the show.
I love you, buddy.
Episode 30.
Yeah.
Is that right?
What is that?
Yeah,
wow,
huge.
that is.
Congrats.
Season 2, episode 30.
Oh, all right. That's a thing.
That's a different perspective.
That's the thing. So whatever. So we're really getting close on getting everything together at this studio, guys. So Slow Coast Media is starting to offer live recordings in the venue. We're going to be able to do recordings downstairs in the studio, and we're also trying to put EPK kits together for bands so they can help promote themselves and stuff like that.
What we've been able to pull off is a kind of like a system that really works for us, and it's quick and it's efficient, so we don't have to charge a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's really the point, because artists don't have a lot of money.
No, especially when you're trying to put your EPK together.
Yeah.
Trying to get your band on. Trying to get known, trying to figure out how to charge and get out of the open mic scene and all that stuff.
So really what we've created is an environment to where you can come in and play a show. Maybe we split the door that night. Maybe that's how that is. Maybe you're paying for half of your EPK off the door.
Yeah.
But at that time, we're able to get you video footage that you can clip, make your social media pop. We're able to give you live recordings. So now you have audio samples for your EPK. You have video samples for your EPK.
Pictures.
Probably some pictures going on.
Yeah. We even have a package where we're talking about lumping the podcast together, where we do a full show with
that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a full live podcast with you, your fans downstairs watching us talk to you, and then they move downstairs and play a show for their fans right afterwards. We have a lot of ideas, and I just want to say that Slow Coast Media,
they're coming together,
and Muse Entertainment and all that stuff that we're working on here is got a lot of options. So if you have a vision and you want to, we are really here to help you with that vision. So I just want to make sure that
we tried really hard to make a flexible space that can do anything, and so we've been live streaming shows that have been happening down there.
And we've live streamed podcasts now even too.
Yeah,
we've actually live streamed a podcast and then live streamed a show to follow that.
Yeah.
Then we've live streamed at least 2 shows after that. I think
so.
Like we have a lot of options. So in most of the live stream shows, I know at least the one that the Aaron and Austin show did got 120 views. With very little promotion on it. We just did it kind of out of a whim. So so let's say, even though we didn't get monetary for it, we got 120. That's like 120 people coming to your show.
Yeah.
So in most often than not, in any venue in town right now, if you got 120 people, you're happier than a motherfucker.
Take it, yeah.
Yeah, like if it's stand up to performance art to music to whatever it is, if you got 120 people in the room, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
If you did 50 people in the room at that show, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you got an extra 70 people online watching your shit, you did something slightly better in promotion than you would have.
And you also get to leave with the live recordings of that. The video recordings of that you can clip into promotions. You can clip it into reels. You can clip it into whatever the fuck you want. You can get the stems of that shit and make a live recording album that you want to release. I mean, the possibilities in this building that we are putting together, thanks to Aaron and John's hard and Tracy and Jeff's hard work and me. I try to do everything that I can. I'm just a dumb podcaster trying to help them any way I can. But I'm telling you, the possibilities at this building, at the Hideout here, that what we're doing are endless. We got a lot of great artists that are going to start working with us. We got more podcasts coming, so keep that in mind, that we're trying to do that, and we're trying to do it, like he said, at an expense that the artist can afford.
Yeah, I was just down there. I'm like, I'm flowing with ideas.
Yeah,
just
cool,
looking
right?
at the
You know what I'm
opportunity.
saying? Like
That's kind of what the space does. It kind of lends itself to these ideas. Lately we've been branching out into like remote podcasts. Like we've been doing festivals, Damn Jam and Diaper Jam both. Yeah, we got some great stuff coming up.
So we've just great segue. Thank you, partner. You set me up perfectly. Fucking T-ball. We just, as of today, are just signed on with the new Diaper Jam. Last year we were involved with the Diaper Jam, having them on, and we also promoted their show. But this year we're actually going to be podcasting live at the Diaper Jam. Yeah. So add that to the list of festivals that the Aaron and Austin show is at. That's another one we'll be at. So come check out that show. That's going to be on 420 next year.
On 420.
So super easy. And 420 is a fucking Saturday. So we finna get live. Dude. And guess what? It's at all new fucking venue. You finna hear it here. First, it's at Bourbon Street this year.
Uh-oh.
So that'll be out next.
Supposed to release that?
Shit, it's happening.
All right, give this guy enough Jameson. We going.
I ain't even had that much Jameson.
We
haven't had much yet. Jeez.
Yeah, but still, it's at Bourbon Street this year. They already said it's good.
Sip.
I mean, we had a meeting today where it's there. I don't know. I ain't breaking no bank. That show's been at Champs for some years, and it was also at some other places. But this year,
and it was always cool. But I think this is going to be really lit. Man,
Yes.
the space is a little bit bigger. We can accommodate more folks.
yeah, there's a big outside back. We're hoping, we're
going 2 stages this year.
Yes, we're gonna have a lot of fun, guys.
Put that on the flyer.
and it's 420. We're gonna have hopefully Sacred Leaf's gonna be a part of this. We got a lot of ideas coming out for that. These are all
Snoop Dogg may or may not be
Snoop
there.
Dogg and his green and then the dude with the green hat. Don Juan's gonna be there with us.
Jesus.
So, but anyway, but no,
Maybe.
allegedly, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got to hear
Preliminary.
There it is. That's the word. Yeah, I got preliminary. I'm not gonna get that one. And now I'm just gonna keep fucking it up on purpose. But we got to look at the list of what's the artists that are gonna show up this year, and it's really coming together as a fun show. So make sure you look out for that coming up, along with Damn Jam 2. That's a lot of stuff coming up for us. So
Nice.
make sure for that. And also, I want to do a quick shout out. We'll run through this pretty quick. The Aaron and Austin show, as of I'm hoping by the end of January, when me and Aaron were working hard to get a pretty accommodating kitchen in this building. So we really want to start doing 6 shows a month. We're going to keep doing the thread that we're doing now, but we're going to have also a thread that me and Aaron are working on that is going to feature all the local restaurants, venues, cocktail pop-ups, food trucks, chefs.
Wichita's a huge food town, and we are about promotion. That's kind of why we started doing this thing, to fill a hole in promotion.
Yeah.
And Wichita's a food town. I think that we need to promote some food.
Yeah,
once in a while. You know what I mean?
And we're going to do it just a little bit different than everybody else does.
Yeah.
We're going to have a couple shows a month. I don't want them. I don't think they're cutting in, but there's enough of a demand for those shows and for our local artists and entertainment artists as well. So I want to keep on that track with those, and then try to fit into food truck. Like, even if you're just a local competitor in like barbecues or chili cook-offs and stuff like that, we're looking to have those chefs on too as well. So like, we're gonna do hopefully 2 of those a month. Either in here, or we can even film inside the kitchen in there if you want to put all that together. So we got a bunch of ideas coming with that too. So like, if you're really interested in that, I have a bunch of local restaurants that are pretty interested already. But if you're interested, scheduling with me sooner than later is always better, to get with me sooner, because I'm going to start at that. I would be willing to book those shows as soon as possible, but we're going to put those out until we get our shit together.
And while you're saying that, I want to say, come to us and ask us about being on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's totally fine. That's totally acceptable. That means you believe in you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I will parlay that into why Michael's on today. Like, he is actually the prime example, before we get into everything, Michael. Like, he is what I'm looking for in someone that hits me up. 1, they're persistent. 2, they have examples of shit to show me why they want to be on, what they're trying to promote, what they're trying to talk about, what they got moving going in the future. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I get about 10 to 15 goofy requests to be on the show every couple weeks that are just like, can I be on the show?
Literally one line.
Can I be on the show?
Can I be on the show?
What's the context behind it?
Yeah, right.
You might be the most interesting person ever, but I don't know. Like, can you give me some something? And if you need to build
just
an
a little substance, please.
Yeah, if I don't know your name already,
what you do is
tell me.
What you do is you pay us to make you an EPK and then send it to me, and I'll see if I'll join.
Yeah.
So there, all these horses feed themselves. But like I said, we're moving into that, like, having a stable of 2 shows a month that are going to feature just food for this town.
We're working on some shit, man. We never stop. We
always push forward, because I feel like you always should just keep taking swings. So we want to shout out to Sacred Leaf, who's always a great sponsor of ours. Wichita by EB, we love everything that you do. We appreciate everything that you're doing. PK Pest Management, get with us for all your pest needs. It's rodent and spider time of this year. They're coming in like a motherfucker, so make sure if you need those problems, get with me. I'll get you handled. You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You can call our business line that's on the Facebook page. We have a Facebook page and everything, and you can also, if you have my phone number, you can just text me. Then I want to give a huge shout out to a brand new sponsor that's just joining today, Jealous Kitchen. And this motherfucker, Jesse Ellis. If you can go back and check out his episode, he's been on the show before.
He's got badass tacos every Monday at Shamrock.
Yeah,
on our episode, he shows you how to make them.
Oh, he does,
nice.
And they are fucking pineapple
tacos.
And everybody's skeptical of pineapples on everything, but whatever. I mean, that shit was amazing, and they sell out in a couple hours pretty quick on everyone.
He's
He's making a legitimate run at taking down Taco Tuesday and making it Taco Monday in this town.
I call it the pregame.
Yeah.
Are food people going to be able to like cook in the kitchen that you guys are doing?
Nice. So we're either going to let them like
Food Network.
Well, even let them. We're gonna try to have it set up enough in there with even like a little half island in there, so me and Aaron can even sit in there and watch them cook and talk and film while we're in there, or they can film in here and come in and bring it in. We can have prep tables in here like we've done before.
Do that bullshit where you throw together a casserole, throw it in the oven, and pull out this one. Oh, look, it's already done.
Well, I don't want
this is the fastest oven in history.
And then it'd be funny. He cut to it and like we're like way drunker. You know, an hour,
45 minutes.
You know, like you do like the fucking like the SpongeBob an hour,
3 hours later.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
We're just like, I love you, man.
Yeah, no shit. But so with Jay Ellis, they go by Jealous Kitchen. Him and Brittany are amazing. So check out everything they do. They're usually there on Monday nights. They'd always do tacos, but he can cook a lot of things. He's a great chef. We'll probably have him come back on. He'll probably have to prove that he can cook something other than tacos.
That's right.
Let's challenge him just so he has to come on and feed us again.
Beef Wellington.
I don't think Jay Ellis Jealous Kitchen can cook anything other than tacos until they're
those are really good tacos.
But I mean, it's almost be sad to have him on and not have those tacos, though. I mean, that's the sad part. But like I said, we're gonna really try to accommodate that show and really take on like an actual live podcast food show. Like it's not being done.
Yeah, I don't think
people are blogging, people are vlogging, people are jumping up and down and filming some shit. But like, we're gonna have you come in.
We like to break the boundaries here.
Yeah.
And we like to
pioneers.
I like to give the people that are making this shit, like if you have a food truck, like Big B's Beef is a friend of the Aaron and Austin show that we learned about at Damn Jim.
Oh my God,
they are amazing people. There's like they're like Bob's Burgers. They're like a family that runs a burger truck, and they are great. And like it would be great to give them a platform. So we've always been about giving people platforms in this town.
A lot of underdogs in this town.
Yeah, so I think it would be nice. It's nice to give and I will say that we have some of the best Furt the Foodie. Look out for that.
This is gonna be good.
That will already have happened by the time this goes out. But and also Wichita by EB and all these, they do great things. But I would like to be able to also talk to the owners and find out why they did what they did, and learn about them a little bit.
How they learned to do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it's nice to do.
The origin?
It's nice to do both. Yeah. Figure out how they know how to make this amazing shit. So get with everything. Make sure you check out our new sponsor, JL's Kitchen. And as we transition into the graphic right here, make sure you check out all of our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and now we're running pretty hard on TikTok. We've been there for a couple months. We're up to 200 on that.
Nice.
So the big push is always YouTube, guys. We need to get that to 1,000. I want to get the goal is 600 subscribers by the end of the year. We should get that. We're at like 563.
Yeah.
So help us with that. We want to get to 600, but the real goal is get us to 1,000 there.
Do you guys do shorts on YouTube?
Yeah, as soon as the studio is a little more put together, and I can clip the videos a little bit better. Like right now, I'm making most of our reels just off screen shots from my phone. Excuse me, a little indigestion there. But anyway,
some more Jameson.
Yeah, it's a little more. It's probably the Rumplemans. So
hydrate.
But I'm going to start putting together a little bit better shorts and a little bit better stuff for Instagram, like ones that are the more full screen, because like when that half screen's okay, but like when it's full screen, it looks a little bit better. But anyway, that's some production shit we're going to work on. Cut to a graphic if you want your band here, you want your event here, you want your show coming up here, $5 an episode. We got some big sponsors coming in. They're trying to get in with us on the ground floor while we're not charging shit. Because in 2 years it's gonna be $90 a month.
Yeah.
6,000 a year.
$6 million a
But
year.
cut us to the graphic real quick and we'll be back and let's start this show. Let's get to Michael J.
That was damn near too much promotion, really. That was like
but it's all fun
15
stuff.
minutes of the show.
I know.
You gotta
It's
pay
like-
them sponsors.
It was like the stuff you watch like after 10 at night. Like,
Yeah, well, and some of it's a lot of cool stuff we got coming up. So
That's true. It's some
fun.
good stuff.
all
So
necessary.
I will tell you again, this is how you approach trying to get on any show or trying to get at any venue like Michael has. He hit us up and he had like links to his stuff that he's working on.
Oh, you mean almost an EPK?
He literally did.
Really?
I mean, he literally had that. So go ahead, go ahead and introduce yourself to our family. Let everybody know who you are and what you're about for a little bit. And Let's
Cool.
get into it.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on the show. It's like it's an honor. My name is Michael J Alcaraz. Honestly, been working at everything for like 10 years, and it honestly kind of started when I got a dumb degree in English and studied a bunch of poetry classes, but I was like, I'm not using the poetry for anything.
Yeah.
Well, a writer, yeah. And I was just like, I don't got anything with this poetry going on, but you learn kind of the power of a line. And so I started basically doing stand-up comedy, and for about 7 years, I wasn't like funny, like just getting that out there.
That's a hard industry.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
I think the hardest.
I mean, I would
to me,
agree.
I still think it's the
with
hardest because there's the least amount of them.
It's a crazy industry to be in. But,
I mean, everybody can play the guitar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I got sold on basically a false illusion. Like believe it or not, like back in the day, I used to be really popular, and so I went to an open mic and I brought like 13 friends, and so I thought I killed it. It was like, no, they were being my friends. They were all laughing and whatnot.
I'm still credit that you got 13
that.
that you got 13 people in the door is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Now it's like one if I'm lucky, like my girlfriend and maybe someone else.
The older you get, the harder it is to bring your friends up.
Locally, your friends will show up. But what happens when you go to Oklahoma City thinking that you're the shit, and you're playing to actually more than people you brought? You're playing to a room of like 50.
Yeah, you're not playing.
But now everything hits different because they're not
playing to your sounding board.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But what happened was, so the next morning I wake up from this email, and the guy's name was Bill. I'm not going to say his last name, but he says, "Hey, I like enjoyed your set last night. Do you want to be on a bigger show?" And I was like, "Oh my god, like I've made it."
Yeah.
What I realized was I wasn't funny. Like he wanted me for my friends for his $10 tickets.
Oh, ding!
So he's trying to pilfer your crowd.
Yeah, but not knowing anything and kind of being so new, and I guess beginner's luck.
How old are you at this time?
I'll be 33 at the end of the month, but back then I was 21.
21.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so
you've had a good 12 years of experience now,
with a little some off years and whatnot
of
and
course,
stuff. But it sold me under the false illusion that I was a stand-up comedian
That
when
you were
you were good at it.
I was good at
naturally
it.
there.
But I wasn't. So then 3 years passed, and I'm like, I kind of want to. I always thought I was like kind of funny, but I don't know. Let me dabble with this again. So the guy ends up conning me again, like lightning strikes twice, where he puts he puts on these comedy workshops, and I don't really know where to start. So I hit him up. He takes my $200, does some bogus comedy workshop for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. And then there's like a showcase. But my whole mission was once I'm in there, I'm just going to be listening and gathering information and kind of like branch out and whatnot and stuff. And so then everything kind of started from there. And then this was actually all in California. And then I moved here to Wichita in end of 2016, and then kind of
What brought you here?
Honestly, a master plan that backfired, but ended up working out pretty all right and stuff.
So where are you originally from?
Orange County, California.
Is that where you're born and raised?
Yeah, born and raised
Anaheim
there. Yeah, like honestly, like 10 minutes away from there.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yorba Linda, Irvine area, so not too far. You been there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Guys with dreads go places.
Yeah, but
I lived in Venice Beach for quite a while, and
I could see that. I could see that.
I was in San Pedro.
yeah. I say it, you see it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who would have thunk it?
How it is. White guys and dreads.
So you moved here on a master plan that fell through and found some other shit.
Found some other
So
stuff.
was your before we get further into it, your first, like you said you're doing poetry and you started to do some stand up. What got you on stage? Just trying to do stand up only? Or what like made you want to perform on stage? What was it? Was originally just stand up?
It first starts with one joke, and then you get 3, and then maybe you have 7, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of that one. But before you know it, you have a few things that you're like, this might be notable or worthy of
you got some minutes,
a joke. Yeah, you're
yeah.
like, I got 5 minutes. Let me give it a
I
shot.
mean, I've been writing since I was fucking 15. I got minutes of shit I've never performed ever. I've talked about.
That's a common thing though. There's probably people out there who could be mainstream touring comedians and stuff, but it's just taking that first step.
Well, I think there's writers,
or you have to want to do it.
And there's performers.
Like I'd rather, and I've used some of my bits on this show, but like I'd rather do this. I love stand-up comedy. It's my first love as far as other than just sitting here shooting the shit, having long form conversation, interviews with people. Like that's what I really love more than stand-up comedy. Like stand-up comedy is something I think I could do, but it's not something I like am dying to do.
Yeah, it can.
I'm not scared to get on stage. I'm not scared to get on stage. I've hosted shows and stood in front of people. It's not even that. It's just I'm not dying to perform the shit that I write. I'd almost rather sell it to other comedians.
Yeah,
really.
and that's what I'm saying. I think there's writers and there's performers. Performers.
Yeah, I'm not a performer.
Performers can sell what they have. You know what I mean? Like we're performers. We're basically another version of a salesman, but it is that. It's
sure.
Like we perform well and you buy what we're saying because I'm feeding it to you in a very thought out manner. But like if you're writing the good shit, that doesn't mean you can sell it.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't mean you can stand up in front of a room.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've never proven any of it.
Yeah.
I've got, you know, I don't want to say how many hours, minutes of shit, but like I've got
sell that shit, bro.
Maybe I'm talking to Didi. I'm talking to Didi about it. Yeah. Honestly, actually, but yeah. So is that what put you on stage first? Was
just
jokes?
It was enough. It was enough. But the thing was,
and you live in a market where they promote, like they really encourage that. Like you grew up in a market where it's more of an opportunity.
Yeah, there was a lot more opportunity than out here and stuff. Then it was like time to move, and it was the plan to move was already in motion. So I was like, maybe I'll be acclimated in 2 scenes and network here, and no, it didn't work out.
The California to Wichita connection is not much.
The culture's so different.
Huge.
Culture's so crazy different.
But, so what'd you think when you got here? You get here and you're still are you already had some minutes? You already doing comedy at that point?
Still doing comedy and stuff, but it honestly, right after the lockdown was when I actually started to fall in love with the things I was saying. I was always saying stuff on stage that I wasn't in love with what I was saying, but it was like,
were you pandering a little bit to the crowd, maybe trying for laughs, or
it was basically it was just stuff that was funny, but like, was I in love with it? And then when I finally
did it represent you.
No, I was a clown. They all thought I was the R word, and it just like no, it was like I wasn't me. I wasn't being my true self on stage and whatnot. But then once I started kind of saying jokes,
you found your voice.
Found my voice,
and that's what I call
your unique take on a thing. That's what's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, it seems much more genuine when you're talking from where.
And everybody can tell. Everybody can feel that.
Yeah, I feel like acting and all that's the same way.
And that's really when everything kind of like changed and whatnot. And it's like, still the like where I want to be isn't like quite happening and stuff yet. But like I have honestly like hand on a Bible, like 2 hours worth of like quality content, like jokes. And the good thing about me that I like is I don't look like the guy that would kill it on stage. I kind of look like that.
Yeah, you do.
Really? I like to just kind of come off as just like calm and collective, like average Joe looking guy. But when he gets on there, he's just an assassin.
I would say, I mean, there are a lot of comedians that are just as verbose as they are on stage as they are off. Like we just had Didi and Alonzo on, and they're on all the time. Like they are a fucking hoot all the time. I love them, and they're just like me. We're on a lot, and you go home and you take a big breath, and you're glad to be off. But like I know a lot of comedians, Kevin Page, a lot of even sometimes Bam, and
Felix Johnson,
and Felix, and a lot of other that are more your style, more of kind of feel and watch the room, and are more kind of listeners.
Well, and that's where it comes in handy to have 2.5 hours worth of material.
Well,
because you only have to do
fucking 12 years.
If you only have to do 15 minutes, man, you can read that crowd right. You maybe have some material to go to.
And with crowd work being so popular too, I don't necessarily do crowd work and stuff, but I'm like, let me borrow my back pocket ace. If you guys want to see
ever since
it.
Matt Rife, you're gonna have to.
It's the other dude that really blew it up. That redheaded guy.
Which one?
I can't remember his name.
Matt Rife fucking blew that shit up.
No, there's a little bit older guy that it was
Bill Burr.
No, not Bill Burr. No one is stupid enough to say some shit in a Bill Burr costume. That motherfucker might walk down there to you.
Oh my God!
To me, it's Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle and everybody else.
Dude, his whole Philly run is what like kind of got me more like into stand-up comedy.
Well, Bill Burr. Anybody that doesn't know, to me right now, the two best comedians in the world are Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle, and everybody else. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, you can have one of your own there. And if it wasn't for what's his name doing the jerking off in front of people, he was right there with them too. He's funnier than fuck.
Pee Wee Herman? No,
yeah, right. That's what I thought.
No,
who else been jerking off in front of people?
That one dude, the redheaded Louis C.K.
Oh, Louis C.K.
That was an old story.
Yeah, but no, he did it multiple. He did it multiple times. And the thing was, he told the people. And basically, this is how it went. We're all in a room together. I'm Louis C.K. and I go, I'm about to start jerking off. You can leave or not.
Oh my
and then
God.
he starts jerking off. That's how those scenes went. But he told you what was about to happen.
Yeah.
You technically had a choice.
Yeah. If you're still here, I feel like you're here under your own. It ain't like he blocked the door.
If you're still here, move a little bit closer.
It's not like he had.
Let's get to know each other.
He didn't have a jizz rope line across the door that was like a laser that you couldn't get by.
Is it going to be a little dribble?
Do I got to jump a jizz smoke to get out of this office?
But
like,
and we're canceled.
Spider-Man web.
But I mean, all jokes aside, those three were like tip top of the spear. Really, they were some of the best comedians ever. So I don't know where the fuck we were going with that because I lost on track.
You said jizz rope trip lines, and I'm out now.
Yeah, I lost on track after that. But
there's
I love
a weird
that
visual that went down, and I'm on.
So when you got here, did you start getting on stage when you first got here to Kansas before?
And where did you go?
It was the Looney Bin first, and the funny thing was like once I found out the Looney Bin was like the main club for honestly
about the only one.
It's not even here now.
Not even here anymore.
Yeah, it's the only one.
For 5 months though, I was just like, and hopefully this doesn't get you guys canceled, but like the only thing on my mind was once I hit the Looney Bin for the first time, I'm just gonna say, thanks for hosting me here at the Looney Bin Laden.
You're just gonna start with that?
Yeah, it was the first thing on my stage.
You're just gonna make it super awkward instantly.
Yeah, it's like thanks for hosting me here at the Looney Bin. Like that would be acceptable, and then just say Laden for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Oh no, and then just not explain it.
Yeah.
The bin.
At this Republican state, that would
enter controversial subject, one word.
Yeah, it's fucking just let's fly a lead balloon out here and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get the lead thin enough, you can do it.
So you hit the Looney Bin.
Yeah, Looney Bin up, and then that was really it and stuff. And I will say, over the last year and a half, you have to give it up for Vorshay's. They've been doing a lot of
we will say, like you said, shout out to Vorshay's for trying to fill a void. There is a void there. I think the void needs to be filled by a real comedy club. We need
a somewhat dedicated comedy club or comedy night. It's
I think that medium deserves their own club.
They really do, and they're set up differently. Comedy clubs are set up differently.
They are. You're right.
They should be.
What are you saying?
And the thing is, like, yes. Because there's I've seen so many open mics want to start and then they just die. Start and die.
Well, because the only thing you have there is other comedians watching them go.
Yes.
And I'll say this about an open mic. So we host open mics around, okay? And I've always welcomed the comedic inclusion of that. I love it when comedies come over.
We have.
Well, it doesn't always vibe. And this is what I'm going to say is that at a comedy club, when I go to a comedy club, there is an unwritten contract that I signed by my presence that says, I understand I'm at a comedy club.
I'm there to laugh.
They might say some fucking
edgy
shit, but I'm here to laugh. And if I don't laugh at that joke, fine, I'm going to stick around. But that wasn't funny to me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let it go because I am here to laugh.
Gain a point, lose a point.
Right.
Points at it.
But what I'm saying is at an open mic, that is not necessarily the case.
No, none of the
They're
crowd
going
is
to
there.
Barleycorns at my open mic, or they're going to Shamrock at our open mic.
You need a crowd. What you're basically saying is what I think.
You need a comedy crowd for a comedy
show
performance.
Yeah, and they need people that are going there for those shows, and that medium needs, I think, more than one, but at least one of its own space. It needs its own space where they do multiple open mics a week, where they groom and let
I go here for this thing.
Like if you do it the right way, if you do it like the Comedy Store and now Joe Rogan's new place that he has in Austin, what you do is you let the comedians work there. You let them run and host. You let them be part of it. That you groom them and run them through. You let the traveling good comedians.
And you back them up.
That's how it was really run before the Looney Bin went from 21st and Woodlawn to where it went downtown. Now, I didn't go to as much when it went downtown, but when it was at 21st and Woodlawn, you would have a lot of the people that were the funniest people in the world winners, or the funniest people in Wichita winners, and the best open micers would all work the door at the place, and they would get to be openers for all the big traveling comedians that would come through. And that's how you learn your chops.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's one of my
Looney Bin
regrets. I
filled
wish
that
I did
niche.
that.
Yeah. I mean, you learn more from watching someone that smashes your set than you do from, fake applause.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in that medium, like, it's just like in music, like sometimes you sit and watch somebody, you go, oh, I need to step my game up.
Well, and you know right where. You're like, oh, dude, that guy.
Oh, that's fucking
and
funny.
there's such a difference, too, and I wish comedians would recognize this, is like, there's a difference between like deep laughter and deep like applause and stuff, and it's just because you get this, it's like, no, it's sometimes common courtesy at the end.
Well,
when you
and
get
sometimes
off
there's
stage.
awkward silences and people are nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I've been on a performance stage and people have clapped for for anything, but like when people are laughing.
Yeah.
If you grow and you're at a big venue, it's hard to tell with sound. But like if you're a traveling comedian and you're working clubs, like when you got that room.
Comedy like none other has a rhythm.
Well, and it has instant gratitude. Like you can go up and just
I drop this line, bam.
You can go up and just play your. You
Pop
can just
that
go up and
balloon.
play your set and move on to the next song, and here we go. But like comedy, you right there in the face of that shit.
Yeah.
And you one man against the crowd.
Yeah, you are.
And you gotta record every set because the tape doesn't lie.
That's right.
Tape does not
you're
lie.
right, and it's hard.
That's pro move though. That's pro tip. That's
what I've told every comedian, and I've only learned that from listening to Joe's podcast because he tells everybody to do that. Like and that's why I cringily watch this show. It's hard for me to watch me interrupt everybody. I know it's annoying. But I got to sit and watch myself do it every week.
Shout out to Gigi.
And try to get better at it.
I want this like shock collar thing. Like I got a remote. Vibrating butt plug.
What I still want, John, is I still want the pad where I have some sound bites though. Can we get that?
Yeah. Aaron and I are both working on
We need the sound bite.
Yeah, dude, you would be fucking so annoying with that.
I would not.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
I would do. I want him to have it so
bro,
bad.
you're going to be just like Winnie in the butt.
bad.
Winnie in the butt.
Yeah, well,
You're
More
going to be
butt,
fucking
more
Stewie.
butt.
it'll be better than that. Trust me. It'll be great. Trust me. And we'll have a kill switch on it.
I get the kill switch. I just want one, the kill switch.
So, and then that's another reason why it's for me, it's nice to have stand-up comedians on because you are up there against the world a little bit.
And you're not just a stand-up comedian.
No.
A little bit
You
of
really
everything.
have a whole lot going on. You're a substitute teacher.
Yeah, that's here's the thing. I am a substitute teacher, but the reason why I never
And
became
he hates your children.
Yeah,
careful,
not
bro.
true. Not true. The reason I never became a teacher is because I've been chasing the dream the whole time. It's like kicking the can down the curb. Like maybe this year it will take off. Maybe this year it will take off. Maybe this year it will take off.
Hey man, I didn't start this podcast till I was 40, almost 40, and we're really things are starting to move. Hope everything goes great, but like. Don't ever give up. Keep kicking the fucking can, bro.
But did you hear about that he was a teacher up in Kansas City or something that like had a TikTok page? He's also a comedian.
It's in Overland Park. I've actually
In Overland Park. That's what I'm
working
talking
on
about.
that interview.
Oh, dude, totally get him
I'm
in.
working on
Totally
that
get him
interview.
in.
I hope that guy makes it.
Shout out to Courtney Nance.
So be careful. Be careful,
Shout out to
bro.
Courtney Nance. She's trying to help me facilitate that interview.
Oh yeah, please. I think that'd be awesome. But I'm saying be careful about it, bro.
No, believe me. Once I had students like find like my YouTube channel and stuff. I took everything down. Like anything that was.
As soon as that happened, as soon as they were like, "You a funny motherfucker,"
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh shit."
Well, and you're a comedian. Like they get to see you on. They get to see Michael, not Mr.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Mr. Alcaraz.
Last week I was at a school and this kid's like, I could see you having like a comedy special on Netflix, and I say, you just wait. He had no idea I do stand-up comedy outside.
You said you shut your damn mouth right now. I tried to cancel him in school. I need this job.
Don't tell any of the administrative staff. Don't tell any of the. So what do you substitute? Teach more. Like, give us a little bit of insight into your. So obviously you're college educated, man.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college at?
It was Long Beach State in
nice.
California. Yeah.
So you've been teaching, substitute teaching what?
Ever since I got
what
here.
subjects?
Just honestly, like it used to be full time. Now it's kind of like the elective classes, like business, family, consumer science, art classes. Just the classes where kids kind of want to be there. They're more motivated to be there rather than Common
electives.
Core.
Electives are electives, so like they are half-ass interested, so that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, and it's just keeps it mellow. Just that's
so what age? So high school kids?
Just middle school and high school, mainly high school this year and stuff. Just where we're at in the world, and not to get all deep or whatnot. It's a different day and age, you can say, and so I had to filter, kind of filter through. I'm like Common Core. I just did it for 6 years, and I'm like, you're walking into something different now. And so I was just like, electives, like, it still keeps me involved. And here's the thing, like, everyone's got natural born gifts and stuff, and like for
you just gotta find them.
6 years, every day, a kid would ask, like, are you coming back tomorrow? Or like, you should be our real teacher. And I'm like, wow, like I don't know what I did, but I was always fair, and I was just like honest with them and helpful. And
well, teachers that are the big word that we're looking for here, that are relatable to children, that have some relatability to the children that they are teaching, are a big help.
Amen.
Because a lot of the times there's a big disconnect, like you're the in charge and we're the kids. A great teacher can bridge that gap and still be in charge.
Yep.
That is the hard rope that they walk. That is tough. It ain't easy to do. But you have to be relatable to these kids, especially because they're growing up in a whole different age than we grew up in.
Yep.
Even you, as you're 33, like I'm 39. Like there's a difference between our group, but if you go 5 more years back from you, it really is a big difference. Huge difference.
Yeah.
Generations used to be classified like every 20 years or something.
Yeah, they're
like
15.
They change every fucking 5.
It is different
15
now.
Yeah, they change every fucking 5, man, because
Yeah.
technology moves so fucking fast. Things change in a minute. Things that are worth something 5 years ago are worth shit now.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it
way.
really changes like a lot.
Everything
What was the
has
thing
been
last
learned
year?
so
Like
fast.
NFTs, and then all the
Yeah,
people
well,
lost so
Funko
much
Pops.
money.
Funko Pops was the new Beanie Babies. Now they ain't worth a fucking thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing as always.
Shit just,
It'd be about every 10 years, every 15
well,
years. It'd be same.
the same thing is always is the same. It used to always things change, but now it's now it's bam, 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 bam. 5 years, shit changes pretty radically.
Rapidly.
Yeah, pretty rapidly.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, 5 years ago, like you couldn't get. Now you can get anything delivered to your house all the time, pretty cheaply.
It's expensive.
But back in LA, we had Pink Dot.
Ping what?
Pink Dot.
Well, they had
I
Postmates.
don't think I wasn't cool. Like
Oh,
I was.
okay. You were Long Beach. You were Long Beach.
No, I mean,
Well,
I just kept.
Postmates was
kept
in
small.
California early.
Yeah, Pink
And-
Dot was what I remember in LA. And Pink
Was that
Dot,
like a
you'd call
delivery
4
service?
o'clock in the morning. You'd be like, "Yeah, dude, I need like a turkey sub, a pack of smokes, a porn mag, and
some zigzags.
Oh my god.
and they would just bring it to you.
Damn.
So we got substitute teaching. You started as a poet. You did some writing. You moved that to the stage. So you used that to supplement your career, and you were, and so you're still doing stand-up comedy as of we speak.
Still doing stand-up, but let me pivot.
I know. I want to pivot
All
into.
right.
I want to pivot into the fact that you have wrote a screenplay.
He has props.
Yeah.
He has props.
Oh,
over
is
there.
this where we're at? Am I hitting
I think
it
we got
at the right
props.
time, Michael?
He's prepared something.
I wrote this. I was in I worked in restaurants for a year, and this is a gift for you guys. It's a restaurant comedy
nice, man.
joke book.
This is for us?
Yeah, this is for the
Oh,
show.
nice.
Yeah, so it's all just
Not a bestseller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out. Let's give it some props and explain it a little bit.
So that the guy on the cover, all right, that's my uncle, and he's like the worst customer like in the world. He
Dude, I have an aunt that's the same way. Bro.
what does she do
I
that's
feel
so
like
bad?
I know this guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll let you finish.
So my uncle's the type of guy after about 15-20 minutes he'll go in the kitchen to check on his food.
Oh my
Walk
god.
into the kitchen.
He'll walk into
Hey,
the kitchen.
you guys all
Of
right
a
back
restaurant he
here?
does
Yeah.
not have any affiliation with.
And looking at the
Your
cover,
uncle's amazing.
yeah,
My spirit animal already, man. I love this guy.
he'll walk in and everyone there is cooks, chefs,
So what gave you
servers.
this? Is this your first book that you wrote?
I've written a couple, but those weren't any good. So this one's actually like a quality product. You
So
could
how
say.
many books do you have published currently?
4.
Look at
Yeah.
you go. Hey.
Yeah, but it was a hobby, instead of like
We don't know the other ones. Just read this one.
Yeah.
But he has published first 4 books. We'll put that in the memoirs.
But
So these are like one-liner kind of.
Give us
books.
one. Give us one on a
real
page right
quick. They're
Is
not
that like Jack
not
Handy
necessarily home runs, but every one, if you search deep enough, there's a little bit of humor like within it. But
Sorry, guys.
bless you.
Dude, it sounds like Jack Handy.
I thought you
stuff.
just
That's
beat
awesome.
yourself in the face.
Well, I was trying to stop it from sneezing on my mic. It was a whirlwind of emotions.
But I recently changed the cover on the book, so this is like the old cover because people were like, I don't get this cover." So the new,
I like it.
the new cover has a pizza on it.
Well, I have an aunt that hates everything, no matter where you go.
Man.
It's like, make this shit at your house, then, bitch.
Yeah.
Like
Karen.
she's not overly mean to the staff at all. Like, she's just gonna bitch to us about how much she don't like it. Like, and she'll return some shit if it's fucked up at all. Like me, I'll almost eat anything, dude. I'm the best guest at any place. I'll eat shit I don't like.
No, it depends on how much I paid, man. It depends on how much I paid.
Well, yeah. First and foremost, if $40 and over meal.
Yep, that was my line.
That's
Yeah.
my mark.
line.
Yeah.
$40 and over meal, you better nail it, or I
Yeah.
will.
If
say
I'm
some
paying
shit.
$45 for a ribeye steak,
yeah,
and some sides,
$40 and
Yeah.
over.
if you
then-
bring it to me overcooked, I'm gonna be kind of like, man, that
or
was the
not
whole,
cooked to
like,
whatever I ordered it at.
That is 2/3 of the price of this whole meal, and you fucked it
Right.
up, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not being an asshole here. I'm just saying that is unacceptable.
You're not wrong,
Yeah,
Walter.
yeah.
So Gibson, stop making shitty finishes.
So we got a book of
Yeah.
quips in like things from the restaurant
Yeah,
industry.
like
basically.
I was a server for like 5 years, but I was more like a fly on the wall. Like, didn't really have any friends, but I heard all, saw, like, kind of knew all, just like observed. And so I would, and like things like I personally went through, and like things I heard servers talking about. So I'm speaking up for all the good millions of people that work in the industry by these little quips of just like restaurant humor. And so yeah, but like the uncle
and we'll put it on it'll stand. So
Sure,
we'll sit,
yeah.
we'll sit.
But yeah, no, it's low key like hilarious. Some of them, they're not home run jokes, like I said, but like
It's
there's
something.
humor with it.
It's definitely a good coffee table or even a good bathroom. Like every once in a while, you forget your phone and you need to read some shit.
Yeah.
And no one wants to read the fucking shampoo bottles anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's the kind of book that you can open up randomly to any page.
Yeah, it's similar
And
to
just
like a
kind of,
Shel.
find it, right?
This is the Shel Silverstein version of how he saw the restaurant. How he saw
Yeah.
the restaurant.
It's like when you like do the card deck, you like put your finger in the card deck.
Yeah.
It's like what your card.
Yeah.
So
gotta
what
get.
inspired you to when did you first write your first book? Now you got to give me more as your writer. When did you write your first book? When did you decide that, hey, maybe I
And
should
why are
choose-
you Doggy Fly as your pen name?
Substitute teaching aliens.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So your kids don't find you.
Yeah,
I understand that. I get
yeah.
that.
Michael J Alcaraz. No, it's like doggy fly. But no, the first book, like, so here's the thing.
Sorry.
I wrote that when I graduated college. A month before I went through a breakup, and the plan was going to graduate college. I was going to propose. I was going to get married.
You had a whole life plan.
Whole life plan. We break up a month before graduation. I'm at rock bottom, just rock bottom, and I was like, what is like my saving grace? And so for 6 months, I went to Panera Bread every day, and then Denny's at night, and I just wrote. And I was in this not a poetry class, but we were in this novel writing class, and it was like
And you're an English major, so this makes
English
sense.
major, yeah. So it was
this
like
makes sense. It's in your wheelhouse.
yeah.
Use your skills.
Yeah.
So it was like, think of an idea. So I had this idea, but it was only like 3 chapters. So I'm basically at rock bottom. Life's just thrown in the gutter. I'm like, what do I have? I'm like, I got these 3 chapters, but how do I instead of A, B, and C, how do I weave in between A, B, and C? And then it gets longer and longer and longer and longer. But then it's like that flip switches, and I just went like, just not crazy, but it's like I had to become the character. And so it was actually a boxing book, and like a movie, or it was a book about a boxer.
So that one that you're inspired about now, that is a great segue into that's the one that started you as far as writing.
And the crazy.
So you've been working on that one for a while.
Yeah, like 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so this came out last September, and in 2023, this book came out in 2023, or I guess 2022. But with it being 2023, like January 1st, I was like, yo, it's Jordan year. Like I gotta, like it's Michael Jordan. I gotta I gotta go hard in the paint this year, you know? And so I told myself, and I got superstitious about when that book came out. I was like, I didn't read it ever since it came out. Once it was published, I never read it again.
This one?
No, the book. I don't want to name the title of it.
Yeah.
You don't want people to read it.
Yeah, I don't want people to read. Not that,
That's why
but
I'm
it's
being
just
confused.
because I'm trying to
Validity.
push the movie now. So it's just I don't want any, like that's like a real like juicy like just.
Well, we
sacred.
currently have it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it
Like,
Surprise.
She found that.
yeah. Cue Michael Myers music.
And here it is.
Yeah.
And let's read the first chapter.
So, anyways, I dusted off. I wiped off the dust, and I opened up that book, and I was like, there's something here. I want to make this into a movie, and so
I need to fix this.
I need to fix
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I were to look at that product from 2013 to what I finished this August, which is actually a full 119-page screenplay that I'm trying to push to Hollywood right now, but with the current Writers Guild strike, that
Yeah.
kind of made that a little
that's
challenge.
still
It was,
tough.
it was
That's
like
still
like you finish, but then it's just like natural disaster. I'm like, oh, great.
How are you pushing that to Hollywood?
So, couple different.
got a little
Tell me your
connection.
method. 'cause
He's
this
from,
is the thing.
he's from California. He probably has a
Well,
little bit of
yeah,
connection.
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
No connects, honestly. It's a pretty. What do they call it? Like a grassroots movement. like,
okay, but like,
Well, he's asking, how do you go about starting pushing that to
I'm
Hollywood?
saying that in Hollywood there is a non-solicited material goes in my bin.
Yeah.
How do you get by that? How are you getting past that?
So-
what is your
That's
thoughts and approach?
that's the thing. I'm really hoping I can get some like local community like support, and that's why I'm really appreciated like being on here, because if you don't have an agent or a manager, nothing's getting.
Well,
nothing's
Nothing's
getting
gonna get
done.
done.
and-
Or a lawyer.
Or a lawyer.
Well,
yeah.
and in
Lawyers,
this town,
yeah.
all those things are not that available.
No, there,
Asian
it's
Talk to me.
yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on
There's
it.
I've contacted like local like talent agencies and whatnot. No one's representing screenwriters.
They
here.
don't know how. They don't know how.
Yeah,
You're in the wrong place for screen.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the way.
Well, there's not. I mean, there is a movie industry here, but let's not be honest, saying that it's no magical.
Yeah, it's all grassroots. It's all like independent films, you know.
And you can hit big, but as soon as
Yeah.
you hit big with a film like that in this area, you're going to run right to Hollywood. You know what I mean? You're not going to hang around here.
Yeah.
I'm
And
saying
create
that this
some fun-
isn't
The thing,
this isn't that farmer's market.
yeah.
You're 100%.
This is not the place that these guys from LA are trying to scout films from.
Yeah, not
They're
until,
not
not
doing
until
it.
you land something at a
Because
festival.
nothing
or something.
from here has hit it yet.
Well,
Yeah.
and like
You
we've
know,
said,
it's-
it's not going to
it's-
happen till we're all winning.
That's right.
Yes.
We have to
Exactly.
bring the whole scene up to that point to where we go.
Well, to where Michael
To where
doesn't have to
someone
sell a
starts paying
screenplay.
attention.
He doesn't have to sell a screenplay halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He can stop the OnlyFans. He can.
yeah.
He can.
So, but
quit.
I mean, I know you have a book about this. So now you've parlayed it into a screenplay. You've been working on this for 10 plus years, and it is the basis of the movie that I know of from looking at your what you've sent me. Is that it's a boxing movie? Get into it a little bit. What is it? What is this? What is this really about? Because from what you say, you sell it pretty well, even on text. Like you think this is really something.
Yeah, I truly believe that I wrote the next great boxing movie, and I don't really want to give out the storyline.
You don't have to give us a storyline, but give us
no.
but tease it though. Give us a
Yeah.
little. Give us a little something.
But I feel like it's an emotional drama that once the credits start rolling in the theaters nationwide, because I don't want to go towards like film festivals, like theaters nationwide, people are either going to be smiling, crying, like because it was so beautiful, and saying, "Damn, that was a
Can you compare
that
it
was
to
a really good
another
movie."
boxing movie? Cinderella Man, maybe.
Do you have a lot
Beautiful
of
movie,
experience?
beautiful
there?
movie.
Like,
Yeah,
in
well,
the boxing.
I
I want to know. I want to know that question, and I want to know when you transition to writing. You know, from writing books to screenplays, because that's a little bit.
Oh,
different
it's
writing.
a
it's
it's
a
a
lot
science,
different.
Yeah.
huge science.
Diet. So,
science,
so
yeah.
get into the What do you have a boxing experience? What led you to write this boxing?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
the
hear
thing,
it.
the thing about boxing
great
movies
question.
is they're deeper stories within. Rocky, for example, people think that's a boxing movie. It's a love story.
It is.
It's a love
Well, I
story.
mean, there's a lot. Well, and Hurricane is a political story.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
You
I
mentioned
mean,
Cinderella Man.
the Cinderella Man's
That's my favorite movie.
It's that. I mean, and,
So
I mean,
beautiful.
There's a lot of.
I
there's
cry
a lot
every
of,
time
there's a lot of
watching
great
it.
boxing movies. There's a lot of great combat sports movies.
But if you-
even Warrior is a great combat
Oh my
sports movie.
God! When they cue
Yeah.
that song
I
by
mean,
the
but
National
two
at
brothers
the
got
end,
to fight each other.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah.
emotional is that
Yeah.
at the end of it?
Yeah.
I mean, Warrior's a great movie. There's a lot. There's some great wrestling movies. What is it?
Foxtrot?
Foxcatcher.
yeah,
Foxcatchers. I mean, another
Mark
just,
Ruffalo, I think.
just a crazy story about that weird fucking
Yeah.
DuPont guy or whatever the fuck it was.
But there's deeper stories within, and I feel like I wish I could say, if I didn't have the movie, it'd be like plug the book. But I'm like,
don't
Well,
Yeah.
again, we have the book right here.
yeah.
But what? But just answer the question. Like the funny thing is, like, how did you get into the boxing part of it? Like, what drew you to make a story about
Are
that?
you a boxer?
I trained as a boxer.
There it is.
Yeah,
I
trained as a boxer. Honestly, like, because it was like you're writing and it's just like everything's surface level, but once you become the character and you get into the psychology, that's when you go up that next level and whatnot. And it's the micro details that just kind of come about. Yeah. And
you've been in the gym too. That helps.
Yeah. Been in the gym, training as the gym, and there's 2 other subplots before he becomes the boxer. So it's like I did that to like have it evolve.
Well, there's always subplots, okay?
Yeah.
Because like whatever us creatives try to do, it's a hard won road, man. I mean, to be successful,
it's a lonely road too.
That's a really hard, lonely road, and there are very unique, amazing stories behind everybody that's made it.
Yeah.
You know,
They've all struggled a little bit.
Well, it's struggle, but it's also some weird ass.
Well, it's also like it's not really struggle. It's work. I mean, you got to put in the work.
No, it is work.
Yeah, it's put in the work.
And that's where people get fucked up. You know, they see me being a musician,
So
they see him being a comedian, they go, "Oh, easy money."
So did you sit?
Fuck
no.
you!
So
I
did you
will murder you.
you sit in the
You're
gym-
asleep.
Passed around with coins in it.
So you sit in the
Right.
gym as a writer and boxed a little.
Yeah.
And when you start boxing, when you start getting in the gym to do that?
Back in 2013, but then I do a little on and off throughout the years, but then I've been basically boxing full workout like this past
Wow.
year as I was
Awesome.
writing the screenplay.
Nice. Yeah.
Because the thing about the original book was that was someone who was obese. Basically, you look at that product and it was obese, and now like the finished product for the screenplay is just this like chiseled Michelangelo warrior.
So that transitions to the next question I had. How did you figure out or learn how to transition your book that you've been working on for 10 plus years into a screenplay? Like, how did you figure that out?
Great question. It was honestly reading a ton of screenplays, like just
The format?
and
Yeah.
there's no rules in
There's a form.
screenwriting either. Like they all basically have like 90% of the same structure, but every writer is completely different. But they always say there's no rules in screenwriting, so you can do things a little different. But it was also reading screenwriting books, and so I read a couple screenwriting books. I'd honestly read a screenplay like one every other day or so, and it was
There you
about
go.
3 to 4 months of just like
You did the
studying the
legwork.
science.
Well, you did the legwork.
Yeah.
Well, you did the work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The work part of it.
The
Yeah.
work. There
Well,
is
it-
a work part to being creative.
Yeah.
I say with everything, when you're doing anything across the board, buying something, making something, whatever, see what the industry standard is
Yeah.
All day.
on everything.
Yeah.
On,
Make
if
sure
you're making
your
a
shit hits
if you're
that
making
mark.
a fucking soda pop or writing a screenplay, you should figure out what the goddamn fucking industry standard is and try to, land in that somewhere. You can always add your own creativity to it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
So you go to breaking your book down into a screenplay. What was that was it painstaking
dude,
a little bit?
a little
'Cause you
bit
got to
when-
cut a lot of
It
it.
kind of
Well,
is.
you got to cut so
Well,
much.
well,
of
To
it.
get to 120 pages when you're
Yeah.
like, after you write that first draft, you're at like 140. You're like, dude, word by word, it's just like
You
you're just
gotta-
crawling
yeah,
and
And it's
Pull it.
dialogue. It's
you have to
dialogue.
pull so much of
Yeah.
it in, and you have to you have to dialogue it out.
You have to
too.
pull the dialogue out of your book, and then you have to be like
Well, then you have to
X and X
you
character
have
makes
to
a
cut
dramatic
so much
move
of it.
across the
So
room.
much.
You know,
Yeah.
It's like brutal to cut it when you're a writer and you have to just cut everything.
trade-offs, just like
Like if you're gonna go in with that 120, and they want to cut another 20 out of it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
right?
yeah, and but you see the pages go from like 140 to 30, 139, 130,
There you go.
137, and then it's just like, I'm right there. What else can I fucking extract from this?
where's my extra pronoun that's just there for no reason?
Yeah. What line can I add for action lines add together?
Yeah.
Or just
So can we have a thing? Is double spacing after a period still a thing as writers?
Is what?
Double spacing after a period still a thing, or can we not do that anymore?
I think it just ends and then period and then like
No, we grew up typing, even in it's a
Double
period,
space.
double space to start the
But
next.
that's like
Is that still a thing?
That's paper text. bro.
I honestly never thought about it. Honestly, I was always period
That's all
space
old
like
school.
start.
Yeah, period, space,
Yeah.
start.
Oh
was
shit!
space,
That
start.
5 year difference. Like these are different.
Yeah. That's what
And
I
you were
mean.
supposed to double space in between paragraphs.
But before we Before we wrap up, man, I'd like to give everybody a chance to find you.
Yeah.
How do we find you? What's your socials like?
So I've basically, with everything I'm doing, I've combined everything into this nucleus, which is through www. Which I don't even know if anyone types out wwws anymore, but doggyflyagency.com.
Doggyfly, that is the author of this book.
Yeah. DOGGYFLY.
And this book down here.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
And the whole entire story before he sold it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doggyfly on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah,
Twitters.
everything. If you go to the website, doggyflyagency.com, everything is there. YouTube, Instagram, and whatnot.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Are you doing shows in town as a comedian?
I have a show in Manhattan at the end of the month that I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
A 20-minute set. I'm just
Well, pimp it.
hopefully nail a bunch of home runs.
You
But
want to give them the venue? Give them everything?
yeah,
Give 'em-
Manhattan Entertainment Co. Just up in Manhattan, fairly new venue and whatnot and stuff. So they're trying to get up and running, some
great.
underdogs and whatnot.
Manhattan's fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, great place.
Yeah, it's fun
But
to
I
taste.
do want to
Fun to
say
taste
this: my next project is, which I have started. I'm writing a movie about a stand-up comedian, and not about me. Not about me.
I saw
not
that.
About
I
me.
saw that a bit.
Bullshit.
It's literally
Yeah.
called. It's literally called a movie about a stand-up comedian.
I'm also writing a movie about a podcaster. It's not about me.
Yeah, but there. But
Way to gaslight that whole situation. All right, excellent.
so I've been going.
Gaslighter movie coming out in November.
Just about me. It's about me and me
Yeah.
and me.
But yeah, going hard in the paint on that right now, while also trying to get.
So are you writing?
sell this
Are you?
movie.
So let's. I want to break this down a little bit. As a writer, since you've wrote a couple books, you've wrote some stories, and you've also transitioned one into a screenplay. So now that you've seen that you can maybe write some movies, do you start by just writing the screenplay now, or are you going to write the story and then try to transition it to a screenplay? Like, how are you going to do that as a writer?
This one was just a little different. Like, just the idea came, and it was just like, oh shit, like we have something here, and it was just starting, you know. And then at the teaching job, I do sometimes have a little downtime, so I just draw down little notes about
while the kids are sleeping.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. They're all fine working on their art, while here I am just
doing lesson plans.
You guys got to read this shit out loud.
Yeah.
Right.
Another teacher comes in, close the notebook, like.
You won't be there tomorrow anyway. So far.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those long
Blank high school, you catch me there tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got a week. This show has a lag.
So now, when you, it seems like you kind of have caught the movie screenwriting bug.
It's a pivot. So it was just like random writer to stand-up comedy, but it's like, how do I level up on comedy? So I wrote the joke book, trying to do bigger shows as a comedian, while also, unfortunately, and I hate how it is sometimes you need status to get booked at places, and the algorithms on social media never worked out in my favor, and so therefore I'm like,
we'll talk after this. I'll help you.
Yeah.
With a few things.
But it's just like I needed to pivot, because I'm like, if the movie takes off, this guy wrote this movie booked, like for comedy shows and whatnot. Because stand-up comedy is my first love, but it was just you run in the same circle for years. It's just like,
you run in a writer circle.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a lot of opportunity there, and there's not. So it's a lot of bullshit, man. It's not. So, but like, I love that you're trying to take your books and take your ideas to a different medium.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of screenwriters in this town. And like, I think you could, we'll talk offline, but I think you can like use your talent of transferring books from one medium to another to talk to some people that we know that make movies in this town that might need you to write the screenplay for a story that they have.
You know what I appreciate about you is that you never tell yourself no. You're trying, like I'm looking at his sheet, and you got like
He's
substitute
fucking working.
teacher,
He's working.
writer, stand-up comedian, screenplays.
That's the boxer thing.
Stand-up
Like,
comedian.
He's
No,
right.
he's all of it.
And I don't even have author.
If you
I don't even have
try,
author.
if you don't try, you're telling yourself no.
yeah.
Well, I think
and you need to.
and I'm not going to lie to you.
do
I
exactly
don't
what you're
want
doing.
to forget this, but we'll talk about it off here. But I want to drill this into, just so I say it one more time. There is a market for transferring stories from story based to screenplay, even in this area, that you might be like the man for.
Yeah,
like
could be.
because that's
Yeah.
not an easy thing to do as a writer. Understanding screenplay format and making it fit for a movie is way
So
different than it is.
So
Well,
different.
you have to be able to see the story and see what you can chunk the fuck out of.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you got to take and I hate to say this for people that write, because I am one of those, but he understands that you could just take a sword to your fucking writing,
Yeah.
basically.
And that's why I went with Doggy Fly Agency, like agency. So maybe like I can have people under the umbrella and whatnot of just like people that I do help or bring upon the agency later on.
So,
like,
so is that across like all social media? Doggy
yeah,
Fly?
yeah, Doggy Fly Agency. But like
What's
Doggy
your
Fly
most
Agency.
prevalent one? What's the one we need to hit?
the Almost Funny Comedian is my stand-up comedy name because
Yeah.
everything I say is like, was that funny? Was it not funny? Okay, like
The Almost Funny Comedian
Yeah,
is
it's
pretty
like
goddamn hilarious.
but
Even
anyway,
your name is well written.
Yeah.
So, this guy,
I like it.
I mean, you're a good writer, brother. I can just tell by meeting you, like you can write.
Appreciate
You
it,
gotta,
yeah.
you got really a lot to offer there.
But yeah, so it's like I feel like I'm just right about through the breakthrough and now, but a lot of people get to where the breakthrough is about to happen, they quit or they get deteriorated and stuff. It's like no, you got to push through.
Well, you have to push through, and then there's
Always
another.
have to push
well,
through,
you
man.
get a push through, and you get a big high, and then you get brought right down to
Yeah,
earth.
you get grounded.
Because
Goddamn right.
what I will tell everybody that's in an art
Big
medium.
highs, big lows.
Well, it's and you'll understand this, and John will, and you guys will, and I'm starting to learn this. Is once you break into a new level, then you're at the bottom of that level.
Yep.
That's
So
yep.
then
right.
you
That's
realize
right.
Climb one mountain to see there's
you
another
break
mountain.
through, and now we're doing good things, and then you go.
It feels like push
oh.
pull, but you're
Then
actually
you go-
doing the right thing.
Then you go, okay, well now I'm at the bottom again, but I'm still moved up, but
I'm at the bottom of my level up.
Because
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
that's where it
well,
is.
and that's humbling. But if you're like seemingly like most of us and what we're doing, you keep moving forward and find new ways to like keep pushing.
Always level up.
Because
I love that.
that's where I am right now with the boxing movie. It's like climb one mountain. Now it's like, how do I actually bring this to life?
go. Let's
bring
go.
it in
Well,
the theaters
so I-
nationwide.
It's network.
I
Yeah.
wish you all.
Network.
Do we even have a teaser title for this boxing?
Yeah, it's called A Hollow Fight.
A hollow fight.
Yeah.
So this man is 10 years,
I wish we
10
would
plus
end the
years.
episode right there. It's called.
Oh, let's do that.
Can we make that happen?
Yeah, we can.
All
I
right.
think that'd be the way.
Let's call. Hey, let's
It's
call it.
called.
Michael, we love you.
Dude.
Thanks for being persistent.
Yeah,
Thanks for being
edit
an
it
artist.
and then throw in this part where we're just
yeah, right,
talking
yeah.
about the title.
I love your push, man.
The Aaron Austin Show is brought to you by Wichita by EV, Sacred Leaf, PK Pest Management, and Jealous Kitchen.